The Arctic itself is a heinous place. I mean, it's an unforgiving terrain. So there's a price to be paid if you're going to go into these places. You are in the extremes of the planet. But the things that we get to experience and see make it all worthwhile. Now, for me and my expeditions, I use technology as a way to share the places that I'm in. So I'll shoot video on an unsupported expedition like this, take photographs, use satellite to upload imagery and videos to social media all over the world, to schools that are following along. Even a short clip of video can give someone an impression of what it's like to be in a place. 7 seconds. Seven seconds is all you need to understand that that's damn cold, right? And windy. That video went viral all over the world. We used a satellite beacon to upload that from an iPhone 7, which I kept against my chest under 5 layers of clothing so I could take that one video of my teammate crossing the ice. And that's why we do what we do. We love to experience these places. Now, here's the kicker. Most of the expeditions that I do, 90% of them, I do them on my feet because I'm a runner. I like to run long distances. Like long distances is in entire countries. I've crossed entire continents on my feet. Sometimes supported, meaning I have a team with me that's working with me to achieve the goal. These photographs were taken in Argentina and Chile, crossing the Patagonian desert. From the Pacific to the Atlantic, we ran from Atlantic to Pacific, starting in Argentina, over the Meseta, through the Andes, down the other side to the Chilean coast. Now, the entire way, I navigated with GPS and maps, and every 20 kilometers or so, we would run to a point where we would meet up with our team, and with that team, we would get our resupply of water or food, and we would carry on running 60 to 70 kilometers every day. That was the goal. And once again, on this run across this desert, extraordinary things happen. It's not just the amazing terrain and the beautiful vistas that become so much the experience, but it's the people that we meet along the way. I mean, cowboys work in the range like it's like 1850 in Canada, right? The cowboy lifestyle, still alive and well, thriving. These people living like generations ago did where I come from, and it's just happening. No fences, just open terrain. And the higher we got up into the Meseta, crossing the Patagonian desert, even more extraordinary people came in to our storyline. We're running high up on the Meseta, and there was craters, these giant craters, and we'd see them every 15 kilometers or so, these giant craters. We passed by a crater, and I go to my buddies, look down in that crater. There's a house. There's a house down in that hole. Somebody lives down in that crater. And in the desert, you can see forever. So, of course, we weren't going to go down into the hole to see who lived there. But lo and behold, we continued running. 15 kilometers later, there's the neighbor. Down in the hole, another house. So my team was not far away, and we did our resupply, and we ran down into the crater to meet whoever lived in this house. And this gentleman, can we knock on the door? This gentleman, Mr. Garcia, comes to the door, and he's there in this tiny house. It was the size of half the stage. And in the corner was this wood stove. And he didn't really have a lot of wood to burn. He had like small sticks and stuff that he told me he gathered up on the Meseta as he worked the range, if you will, his livestock, which grazed all over the Meseta. He would gather this wood in preparation for the long winters that take place. I just admired the resiliency of this man who's living in this crater in the Meseta at the foothills of the Andes Mountains, right? No gas, no electricity, no clock on the wall. And I admired the fact that he measured time, not by a watch, but by sunsets and sunrises. As a matter of fact, when we asked him, how long have you lived here? He said, my whole life, as long as I can remember. I said, how old are you? He said, I can't tell you, because I'm not really keeping track of time these days. Just this fascinating man. And these stories that I get to share about people like this that I get to meet when I'm in these extraordinary places.